All right, so this would be the episode where something terrible happens, and I have wished death upon myself. But I'm kind of my fingers are crossed that instead of that, we're just going to have some type of human raid come in to clean things up. This is becoming quite a congested walkway. I don't know what everybody is doing, but I guess it's chill out time, so they're all just kind of milling about. Oh, we have a ritual opportunity soon. I can only assume that that is the Dark Fiesta. And Benign Corporation is left with their staggering mountain of human meat. I think the Benign Corporation will continue to. I'll continue to glance sideways at them, just wondering if they are indeed as trustworthy as they seem. One thing we could do is we could unforbid these to give Musto and Randy some work to do on the mining front. We could also build some deep drills to gather some resources that we're feeling in need of. There just aren't a lot of resources, and the drilled too deep can be very frustrating. Yeah, all these big patches are just steel. We found a lot of steel. A little bit of uranium. There was a gold patch over here that we could mine into and relatively safely if we had a dug too deep event. A dug too deep event is an event where you are operating a deep drill and bugs spawn. And I don't think we've had a single dug too deep event with the deep drills that are out here, which is an interesting observation. Those should be in our home zone. They've taken some abuse and need some repair, but looks like we have a rice harvest that someone needs to get on. Come on, people. Looks like everybody's busy in the fungal fields doing fungal things. Valentin, what is your bionic eye, archotech eye, bionic ear, arm, archotech arm? It's kind of surprising that we haven't given Valentin. There's some other bionic parts that he would benefit from. Probably should up his game. Well, bionic heart could be good. We still have this ball of death looming to the north. What do we have here? We have a cataphract helmet that is almost done, and a phoenix armor. I'm waiting on the phoenix armor until Flynn gets an inspired creativity. Currently sitting on an inspired surgery is not that helpful to us. Oh, who's someone who doesn't have water skip? Because we picked up a water skip over here, and a wall raise. Let's see, Edie, you have water skip and wall raise. Amanda, you don't have wall raise. Flynn, that is. So let's do that. Water skip, you're not. Bangs. Congratulations on learning water skip. Berserk Pulse would be a good one. Oh, Stun. Stun is a very useful one. Let's see who still needs Stun. Edie, do you really not have Stun? Oh, Edie. Congratulations, Edie. And then there's someone who I'm always surprised doesn't have Berserk Pulse. It is... oh, it's Flynn. Where did that Berserk Pulse go? I just saw it a second ago. There it is. Yeah. I am very consistently surprised that that Flynn doesn't have Berserk Pulse, so I think it's good that we're getting that sorted out, and I guess we can. They are curious, and they would remind you if you appeared out of the ether, which would be or they would recognize you. I don't know what I just said. Remind you, but I meant to say recognize you. Uh, if you were to surface after all these years, they are some of the few, the proud. That is a funky sculpture. Um, but yeah, they are no longer married after after a very long. Actually, I think yeah, they still hate each other. Um, a wee bit. Time heals all wounds to a certain extent, but not quite yet. We've got a new ancient complex if we want to find one. But yeah, Valentin and Flynn briefly married. But but now Flynn has moved on. Flynn is married to who is Flynn married to? Ambas. Yes, Flynn and Ambas. And by the way, we hadn't talked about it, but Ambas and Flynn have Flynn or Ambas has finally forgiven Flynn for killing Ambas's mother. So we got that going for us. Oh, that was a staggeringly long time ago. Curious. I think so. Valentin and Flynn were married. I wonder if we could find it on the timeline. I think it's this one back here. Yep, marriage, Valentin and Flynn. So this was on day 190, which means that, and we're on day 1500. So that's, so a year is 64 days. So that's like, it's like 25 years ago, I think, that, that they were initially married, and their marriage didn't last very long because they don't have a lot in common. Valentin is a rather prickly fellow. Yeah, it was a good while ago. Ambas and Flynn are kind of an odd couple, though, and I really thought we weren't going to be able to save their marriage, but we managed to keep things going with a little bit of word of love, a little psychic love that kept them enamored with each other while Ambas forgot that Flynn murdered his mother. To the point where I think now they're completely good. Yeah, look at that. They're having deep talks, they're chit-chatting, all the good things. What a wonderful world we live in. Yeah, one thing that I find is the psi power that I was just referring to, curious, is word of love here. Speak about someone's romantic virtues with a psychic suggestion to implant romantic desire for the listener. You can create relationships using that ability, but they don't stand the test of time if there isn't innate compatibility. For instance, recently Green, who is not available, married. Who did Green marry? Green and Elliot got married, and Green is an industrious hard worker. Oh my gosh, I love how we get an eclipse and it always becomes brighter, but that's a whole different story. But hard workers don't like anyone else who is not a hard worker, which causes they get a social debuff called lazy, basically. So Green and Elliot's relationship is probably going to be a little strained moving forward, although at the moment, wow, they could not be happier with one another. Body Modder Appreciation is carrying a lot there, which is interesting. Why don't Flynn and Ambas have that as well? Oh, it's because It's because Elliot is specifically a body modder, and green is body modded, so Elliot is particularly fond of that. Got it. Now I understand. It is hard to manage some of the relationship dynamics, to be sure. Let's see. Let's keep installing installing pretty things just to get them out of our inventory, among other things. No need to have things stored that we can just deploy. Actually, why don't we... So I'm gonna... We've had this statue here that we should have installed a long time ago. So we might as well put it somewhere. Oops, I'm shifting these over to get a good good distribution here. Oh, how'd I end up with this, though? There we go. This is going to be the prettiest corner I ever did see. We should probably also set up a new art bill and just make some more large sculptures so that we keep green busy. Oh, I just realized this is going to be a... This is a tendrils. Yeah, this may... We may get a debuff because people feel that it is being disrespected because it's not in the temple. We'll see, though. I never quite know the rules. We'll just keep an eye on the right sidebar. It'll come up as one of those. I like this this hollow spike core. It looks great with the marble brick floor. The rug coverings, the floor coverings are cool. I wish they were less ideologically driven. I guess that's what the new ideology mode is for, among other things, is to allow people more flexibility to build all the things that they want to. But, why is no one getting on this? Is this like... Thank you, Kenta. All right, so Bangs is putting this out here, and then we'll see if people are unhappy with its presence. So far, so good. Angry Death Ball hanging out over here. As you do. We could really use that Mega Sloth event that I was mentioning. It would be good for our meat stores. Now, Musto, I'm surprised that I'm not seeing you doing any mining. What is... We have you on cooking, hunting. Oh, yeah, we have mining set at a 3. You don't need to haul and clean over that. You can come out here and work on your mining skill, my friend. These two living the dream. Just out here chiseling away. Go frenzy for Tony. Now, if I was particularly motivated to get these unstable power cells, what I would do is I would destroy the climate adjuster and then try to pull them in so that I could go back out and get them. But I think we'll just cross our fingers that the upcoming conflicts that hopefully wipe out the mech cluster do not also destroy the power cells. And if they do, Worse things have happened. I feel like I should just keep a larger supply of penoxycyllin. We're kind of sitting on 11, but... Oh, 400? That seems like too many. All right, let's keep 102 on hand. Because I think that will still... I don't know how big these stack, but... We're currently floating a lot of Nutrimine, so probably better to... Oh, Dark Fiesta time. Let's have a party. Everybody's just having a grand old time. Hanging out in our awesome relic room. Whoop, whoop. An unforgettable Dark Fiesta. Plus 16 mood for 6 days. That is a silly amount of mood, as a side note. Oh, pilgrims have arrived, and they've decided to not visit in a foolish way. Oh, they appear to be nude. No, wearing pants and pants. Okay, so they are pants wearing. And they are part of Benuari. They are worshippers of Tektugaism already. Nothing interesting on their abilities. They just missed the party, unfortunately. So, sorry for that, everybody. Guys just missed a real banger. So this is the one that I'm targeting. So let's mine this out. See if this can be done. I think people can walk over these shelves, so I think that work will just get done. Fraser and Dustin are gonna come check out. What are they here for? What are they worshiping? Is it the stack trace? I feel like there could be a fun event here where a pilgrim steals a Persona Mono sword, steals the weapon, and like goes after one of your people with it. That would feel like a very RimWorld thing to do. I feel like. No path. That's what I was worried about. The shelves kind of ruin it. I'm lighting up this corridor here with dark lights. No point in hanging out in the Dark Ages, right? We certainly have the surplus power for it, and the base looks so much nicer when we can see what's going on. I still haven't figured out what to do with this. We're getting like a tiny amount of moss growth, but not nearly the quantity that I was hoping for. Our next bumper crop of geese is coming in. Our geese farm is not to be underestimated because all it's costing us is raw fungus, and it does yield a shocking number of a shocking amount of bird meat. slowly illuminating the situation. Oh, we have nothing power-wise running along here. Oh, we can go this far out, so let's cancel that one. I'm kind of hoping for a pirate raid still. That's my dream. No, I take that back. It's still a manhunter pack. I think a large manhunting pack would have the best chance against this, even though there are a lot of Inferno Cannon centipedes in the mix. And Inferno Cannon centipedes and Inferno Cannons, which, how many of those do we have? Charge, Inferno. They are the bane of Manhunter packs, because if you can light animals on fire, they are significantly less likely to swarm you. That's probably a true statement generally, not just a true statement in RimWorld, but it sounds kind of dark. Excuse the drinking noise there. That was I'm quite thirsty today. I have not been doing a good job hydrating. Yeah, we're sitting on almost 1,300 bird meat, which is kind of incredible. Oh, and then we have 2,000 insect jelly here. I think we should unload it and relocate it. Because we will never need that much insect jelly in a transport pod. We're never going to send that much insect jelly anywhere. So better to organize it over here, free up our transport pods, and we'll ship it out later. All right, green has popped out. Yeah, green, how modified are you? That's less than I expected. Now, were we working on, yeah, no, we're not doing the Arco Nexus. We were working on Musto's, royal favor. I think Musto is currently the person that I am most interested in getting some psychic capacity for. But we've been spreading around a bit, because I think we also were doing Morrison. Oh yeah, and Morrison is close. Yeah, Morrison just needs, what, 19 more? Oh, that's to get to Countess, and is already over the Baroness. Oh, Baroness is a problem, though, isn't it? That's one higher than we wanted Morrison to go. We could probably have Morrison spend down some. That might be why I haven't. Wait, Morrison also needs so much in the way of bionics. Holy cow. Little did I know. Let's get on this. Bionic leg. Another bionic arm. Wait, let's do a bionic eye. Do the right eye. And then a bionic arm. We have an Archotech arm. Where's our bionic arm? Oh, and then I need to make sure it doesn't left hand, so right arm. There we go. Yeah, let's get Morrison up to snuff, as it were. Morrison just spends all of their times working in the fungal fields, but moving faster in the fungal fields is still good for business. And yeah, Morrison is over here sharing a room with Mule. But this room would not be good enough for someone who has royal favor. That's going to be a problem. Musto's in the same camp, though. We had been working on a larger room for our royalty, and we're having a hard time space-wise, especially since Kenta has this ridiculous room here. A psychic ship. So the whole like mech problem seems to be continuing. Yeah, 54 Scythers. We're gonna have to take it out. So I know it, Rusty. It's good to see you. I missed you last week, Rusty. I hope things are well with you and yours. I've had some crazy Darkest Dungeon 2 runs the last couple weeks that I hope you've checked some of them out, because the one that is currently going live on YouTube is particularly awesome. It was quite an interesting run. Okay, so we are gonna have. Okay, they did not come in, all 54 Scythers. But yeah, I hope you're doing well, Rusty. And I hope I see you on a future Darkest Dungeon stream. Oh, yes. Is Elden Ring living up to all the hype? Everything that I read is that it is absolutely amazing and everyone loves it. So I'm wondering if that's gonna be my first Souls game. You know, I'm certainly not trying to be a first mover, and at the moment, streaming wise, Elden Ring is insanely oversaturated. Everybody and their mother is playing it, but that's the great thing about great games. They remain great even after the hype has cleared. So I wouldn't mind going and checking it out at some point in the future. All right, and this should destroy that. Yep. And here comes the welcome wagon. Let's get our crew in place. The conga line of death is approaching, and we'll have Elliot come up here. Got it. So it plays much better on console than on PC at the moment. All right, so we're gonna let some of these come through, but then I want to fire this off early because I don't want. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Berserk Pulse is just especially devastating with melee units like this. Because when they're overlapping like that, they'll shoot back out and get instantly surrounded. So one way that we could also handle this is we could probably make like a full melee block. And now this guy is a straggler, I presume. Oh, really, Rusty? That boggles my mind. That does sound like a very beefy PC that you have. So I've always thought of the Souls games as as being significantly better for like controller play anyways. Okay, you Musto, track down this guy so that he doesn't get too far. We're making quick work of these Scythers, to be sure. But yeah, I love a good controller game. It's one of the reasons that I played as much Dead Cells as I played back in the day when I was playing a lot of Dead Cells. Is there's something very alluring about a game that you can legit just kind of like sit back, relax, and controller. That makes a lot of sense. I guess I had always watched people play Souls games on PC just because that was my first exposure to them. I think the first person I watched play them was Northern Lion, and I knew very little about them at that point. But you know, there's something very enjoyable about watching someone just repeatedly smash their head against the same boss over and over again, being absolutely destroyed in the process. It makes for fun watching. And I think that one thing that I will say is one of the things I appreciate about the Souls games is their capacity for blind playthroughs. So, you know, there are lots of people that are like Souls experts, and that's like, you know, that's super cool. And, you know, it's great that there are people that are doing that. But it's also kind of cool that there's something fun about sort of being like, I am a complete Souls novice, and people seem to really enjoy the those shocking moments where you're like, you know, you're just completely caught off guard by something that is second hand to Souls veterans. So who knows? Maybe maybe someday I will pick up a Souls game, and if I do, I will want some recommendations on which one is the best one to begin with. I mean, but curious, I've also heard that like as far as like reliability of combat, like the hitboxes are so good on Souls games. That's like one of the things, one of their hallmarks, right? That they are their combat systems feel very uh punishing but fair, I guess is the way that I might describe it. Dark Souls 1 or Bloodborne is your recommendation? I watched a bit of Bloodborne. Morrison's not a creative person.